Nicole with Saorsa Studio, and today I'm going to walk you through your studio portal. So we very much value clear communication, easy communication at the studio, and this is one way that we aim to achieve that. So this is where you can go to find everything studio related. So I'll walk you through everything today. This is what you're going to see when you first log in. You would have had to create an account to register for classes. So this is your homepage. This will show you if you have any balances owing on your account. Also, if you have new notes to read, we'll talk a bit more about those later. And then today's schedule. So this will now show you any private lessons that you have booked for the day and also any upcoming classes. So the first section to go through is register. So the first being classes. This is how you would have registered for a class in general, but more importantly, if you're registering for one of our pop-ups or workshops, or you're looking to take on an additional class, this is where you would go to do that. We also have the option for you to book your own private lessons and appointments with our instructors. So I know Kate has some extra availability, so we'll go through there. You can see some dates listed here where she has some availability. So if I click on January 29th, that's her next nearest date. I can pick any of these times and book an appointment with her. Now, if we go to pay, so pay online, this is where you can pay for your balance that's on your account. For auto pay, I'm not going to click it because my credit card information is in there, but if you are registered in a class that goes from September to June, we do run auto pay on the first of every month. So this is where you would go to input and get set up for that. We do require it. Statements, this is where you can view any of your balances and the statements. And then also payment history. This is where you can see any charges and payments that you made to your account. So a great way to keep track. When it comes to shopping, we do have our online store. There's a few different things available. First being competitive services. So we do offer competition video feedback where we give detailed corrections. This is where you would go to purchase that. If you want to purchase dance shoes, you can view that here. If we click into one of the dance shoes, we'll see what sizes are available and also the measurement of the sole of the shoe. So this is as close as we can get to the measurement of the bottom of the foot. Dancer portraits and recital merchandise doesn't have anything in it right now, but usually leading up to a recital, we offer dancer photography, photo shoots in the studio, as well as recital themed merchandise, and this is where you would go to shop that. I won't go through drop-in punch cards because it's not really relevant for our studio, and tickets is where you purchase recital tickets. However, sometimes we do host these outside of the portal. We're always sure to let you know where to purchase tickets, but if it was through the portal, this is where you would go. Getting into the information, so documents and files. Shared files are something that everyone in the studio can see. So this is where you would go, and we usually try and make an effort of titling the newest uploads as new. That way you don't have to dig through very much. So this is where you would go to find that. If your instructor has a file to share with your class specifically, this is where it would get uploaded. So this is not viewable to everyone, just to your class. And same with class music. We can upload choreography music here, etc. Makes it a lot easier for you to access for your dancer. The bulletin board, so there's a couple features in this. This is news and notes. So news would be studio announcements. We can post a virtual bulletin that will go out to everyone, and it will tell you that you have a new message in the portal for you. Notes is what we use, one of our favorite features, to communicate what's happening in class with our parents. So if there's things that the dancers should be working on, we put those corrections in here. If you have a private lesson, this is where all your corrections go into. So it's really easy to scan through and see what your dancers should be working on, and keeps us all organized, and all of the teachers are able to communicate with one another that way. Email history. So if we send you an email from the portal directly through the system, then this will show up here. So you don't have to dig through your personal email inbox anymore. You can look through these emails to look at all the studio communication. Now, if you send an email to one of us out of your own inbox and we respond, that's not going to show up in here because it's not sent through the system. But in terms of class updates, when we email classes and students and parents through the portal, this is where those go. And we've started doing our monthly newsletters through here as well, so you can always refer back to here. I don't have any monthly newsletters since I'm not enrolled, but this is where they would fall. Moving on to our calendar, this is where we upload any upcoming events, and this is all blocked off because we have theme week is Crazy Socks this week. So this is where you can go to see all that. We do also post these types of things in our monthly newsletter, but you can see that there. You can see some upcoming celebrations. We try and keep this fairly up to date with competition dates, although we do still have to input a few for this year. But this is a great way to keep up with the studio in that way. Waivers, this is where you would have went to sign all of these waivers, so those are pretty self-explanatory. Attendance, so if you ever need to report an absence, this is the easiest way to let the studio director, myself, know, and your instructor, and it automatically updates the attendance sheet for the class. So you report an absence, who's going to miss, you can put in the date, and then you put in the reason. I don't have any classes, so this won't work for me, but this is where you can put in if they're sick or if they have another commitment. It will keep everyone in the loop. Lastly, if you need to contact us, you can submit your email through here. Now some quick links down the side. So when it comes to messages, that is your news and notes. Register, we went through. You can manage all of your students here. So if you wanted to view their weekly schedule or register students for different classes or add a student, this is where you'll go to do all of that. This is your auto pay function, files and waivers yet again. Account settings, so if you had to update anything, add any family contacts, this is where you would go. So for family contacts, if you have an additional person that needs to be kept in the loop, you can add them here. If you need to update your contact email or phone number at any time, you can do that here. Students, again, this is where you can manage your family members. If you have a balance, you can pay that here. Payment method and waivers. So these are all of the features of your studio portal. I hope that you found that helpful. If you have any questions at any time, be sure to reach out to us at hello@saorsastudio.ca. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions, and we hope you found this video and the studio portal very useful for your dance year. See you in the studio.